Haley, it's such a pleasure to be here today.
How are you doing?
I drove on.
You drove
all the way from North Carolina, and this is the highlight of my time so far.
Oh my goodness, that's so fun. Well, all the way from North Carolina. How long is that flight?
It's about 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
Oh, that's not
fast
bad.
Going back because you got the tailwind.
So it's like a solid drink and a half, maybe 2 drinks.
Well,
and
and yesterday it was a little rocky. I told Michael we had to fly down to the Gulf of Mexico to get to Dallas.
Oh my goodness, because all the storms. Yes. Yeah, they definitely kept Kinley up. Not necessarily us, but they kept Kinley up. But we're glad. Edwin, thank you for us.
I'm honored to be here. You know, it feels like just yesterday. It wasn't. That we were beginning to, or you guys were beginning to lay the groundwork, making some changes. Building some things out, right, from your office to adding to your business portfolio.
Yeah.
And we get so immersed into day to day, but now we're really beginning to see some successes.
Yes, we are.
Excited?
We are. So if you've been following everything, you kind of saw the office remodel happening, right? Me attempting to swing a hammer, it didn't go well. Colton actually made a hole in the wall, so we got to do the whole remodel, and then we've been kind of teasing everybody with how it's looking. But today, it was emotional for me in a happy way, because I walked in from being in our Alito office, and there's an agent and their mentee over here working. There's a new agent putting in a listing, and she's been meeting with us. Colton and our lender are in this room working on everything, and I walked in and I'm like, oh my God, it worked.
Yeah.
And it actually happened. And so all that stuff that we envisioned in the space that we wanted to create for all of our agents and all of our other vendors and people, just be able to come in and have that feeling, have that culture, have that vibe when they walk in, and then it worked today. And it was that he called me and he was like, you're gonna be so excited when you get to the office. I'm like, okay, like, you know, right, we're married, obviously, so I assume he's just teasing about something or whatnot. And I walk in and it's like, oh my goodness, there's agents here and it's working. So that was really, really cool to see all that come together.
If you build it, they will come.
They will come.
And that seems to be working. It's been really cool. And so, you know, we went from this little 12 by 12 office for the last 3 years that we've been building everything in. And now we took over half the building because of Mike, which is amazing. And now it's starting to happen.
Well, I think this will resonate with you because you're experiencing it firsthand. You just go as far as you can see. And when you get there, you can see further.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And maybe sometimes just keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely it. We were just like, okay, this is what we want it to look like. And I know we talked to you all about it. We talked with you and Michael and everybody, and just like, does this even sound like a good idea? Everybody was really supportive. And then it's like, okay, but when if no one comes to the office still, right? Because did you know that there is a statistic out there that if your brokerage has a brick and mortar building, you are more likely to do 5 more transactions per year?
Wow.
That's a big deal.
It's a
big deal. And it's because you can get that culture and that vibe. So we have everything on Zoom. We offer all that kind of stuff. But being able to come in and, you know, Kayla's sitting there working on this listing. I'm so excited for her. And she got me to look over it and then she pushed it live. She just needed that extra little person, right, to make sure everything felt good. And we were able to provide that in this new space. And if you were just, you know, cloud-based or whatever, you might not get that.
What a wonderful point. And it kind of brings home the emphasis that while real estate involves transactions, buys and sells, it really at the end of the day is a relationship
Absolutely.
business. And it requires that synergy, whether that's your internal teammates or your external, right? Is that kind of how you guys are feeling?
Oh, absolutely.
It's huge too because you're in the office and you're hearing other people deal with their transactions, right? They're having issues here, they got questions here, and while that may not even be a question you thought about getting an answer to, you now have that knowledge. You're building that relationship with people who've done things that you haven't, and we're sort of this hive mind, right? That everybody's got pieces they're bringing to the table, and it's cool to see it all really.
So you guys are building a culture that people that potentially are going to be watching this, you could be attracted to the culture you're building.
That's the goal. That's the goal. We definitely want that. I mean, we work really hard on that. We partnered with Kim and Sean Pratt, and we all have that same kind of vision, that same vibe that we wanted it to be a feeling too, right? We wanted that culture, and I think that it's starting to kind of come together, which is really exciting.
The valuable team.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And you don't have to be on a team, but our brokerage is a team, and we really do lean on each other. I mean, we have agents doing open houses for each other, sharing everything together. They are supporting each other. When someone gets a new listing, everyone is excited. It's not that like well, why do they pick you? No, everyone's like, oh, get it. Let's, what do you need? What do you need? Which is really
It's exciting.
Yeah.
And what a great time for you guys to have made this progress, because as we're recording this today, we're going into the spring buying season. The flowers are starting to blow. The wind is blowing, of course, which always blows in Texas.
Yeah.
Or Dallas.
Yeah.
But, what are you guys seeing in the spring market? And talk to us a little bit about some of the things you're anticipating.
It's heating up, right? The seasonality of real estate. Everybody, it's kind of in this ebb and flow of, is it gone away? Is it back? Is it going? Is it back? We can confirm it's back. There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of things moving. The inventory itself is going up.
Yeah.
Right? And there are a lot of buyers in the market.
Well, I mean, just your open house last weekend. It's the house is $659, so that's a great price in Ellis County now. That's becoming more normal, right? Our average is going up. It's on an acre with a pool, and it's updates inside, but accordingly, you had how many families come through?
Yes, families come through.
The open house.
The open house. Then a showing that morning.
We've had 6 showings altogether. Too.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
That's a lot of activity for the news telling us that real estate's over, right? Or last year that feeling of, oh my goodness, coming off of COVID and then the market's changing and everything's so awful. Well, no.
Yeah, so that's the way you look up, right?
Yeah.
One looked down at prison bars, one looked down, the other saw stars, right?
Yes.
That's where you're looking.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Well, we have no choice but real estate to be successful. So we're going to go to work. Exactly. And so that's been kind of cool. Our office in general is busier. Agents who might not have had as much stuff going on, they're calling and saying, hey, I have 3 more people that just asked stuff. Help me out. Some of that stuff is happening, which is kind of amazing. You say checked in and then it's going to start showing up.
It's really, really exciting. And just sort of validating this point, as I was taking an Uber out from the airport earlier today here, out in Ellis County, I said to the gentleman, have you ever been out here before?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a ride from the airport. And he quickly said, oh, yes. He said, I've got several friends that are living out here. This is the place to live and grow.
Let's go. Go, Uber guy. But it really is. And, we were just laughing today. One of your friends from Moore McKinney side, well, my wife really wants to be closer to downtown Fort Worth. And he goes, well, one is...
How'd you like to be 30 minutes from downtown Fort Worth and downtown Dallas?
Yeah.
And they were like, come on. And he was like, oh, I never, we are this cool little hub. The great thing about Texas is it doesn't always fall into the same national statistics, right? We have a fun little bubble. Then Ellis County is its own little bubble within that. We're commute-wise, perfect. You're close to everything, but you still have that small town vibe. We're getting more amenities, especially around us, and it's been really cool. And so I love to hear that. I love that Uber man. He's the best.
I absolutely did. Now, we never arrive in this journey, right? We should always be students. We should always be challenging ourselves to learn. In spite of the experience that you both have and what you bring to the industry. I'm certainly a proponent of that. Right?
Yeah.
Talk to us about some of the things you're doing to continue to stay cutting edge, continue to invest in yourself so you can in turn invest in others.
Absolutely. Well, right now we're doing a book club. So we always do a business book club within the brokerage, and this one specifically is for Atomic Habits. Habits. I think it's plural. I need more than one good habit. So, so plural. And so we're doing that right now, and it just it made me laugh because it piled right on top of the 12-week year that we just did.
Well, I love that.
And how to use all of that. And so that's one thing that we're working on right now. And experience that if you have those daily things down, if you're not refining all those things, even your brain. I've read 12-week year a couple of times now. You've read Atomic Habit before. I've started it, never finished it, or something happened, whatever. But I'm listening to it. I like to read my fun books. I like to listen to my business books. That's really how I'm doing it. And knowing that, hey, it's telling me to track all of my stuff again.
Right.
So maybe I should do that.
Well, it's like after the 50th book you get to, and I guess we still have to track. Support.
Yeah.
But what I love about it is that it's everything we do is for bigger things, right? Not everything is book club, but the day-to-day actions of being in any kind of service industry, especially when you're working for yourself, you have to have those things in check. And if they're not, you're going to find yourself So this idea of, observe what you're observing, figure out a way to sort of put all the pieces in the right order so that you can be employees. And a lot of times, some of the habits that you don't necessarily think are that atomic, can ultimately blow your situation up.
Very, very, very true. You got to be able to measure, monitor, and track it so that you can be in response mode. Now, I know that because we have the pleasure of being your coach, I know that there's a real value of coaching. How valuable is having another voice, a business consultant, and a coach been for you and your business? And would you advise others to embrace that?
Oh, absolutely. From a brokerage level, we provide coaching to our agents, but we also are practicing what we preach, right? And we're getting coaching because I want to stay relevant. We want to stay on top of it, and I don't know everything. Right. And I want to be able to keep providing. And I know whenever we sat in your, the master class, I think that's what it's called, right?
Mindset of a Champion, yes.
Yeah. So when we sat in that, that's actually whenever the slogan kind of was solidified for us.
Comfort and confidence.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's your fault, and we really appreciate it. And, so we are still doing things like that to stay in that. But, being able to lean on somebody else from a different perspective too. I've actually enjoyed that y'all aren't necessarily a real estate coach, you're a business coach.
Correct.
Making us think of things just a little bit different. And then we've been able to take that back to our people and tweak them. And so, it's really a layering effect, but being able to lean on somebody. And because Michael's here local, right? That's how we know each other's Midlothian. He has rolled up on me before and asked, like, what are you doing? Are you tracking your things? And I'm like,
I remember sitting at the desk and I see something flash by the window and I went, hey, Michael just pulled up. And we walked. He was like, hey guys, how's it going?
We're like, we bullied all the things we said we were going to do.
Give me 5 minutes and I'll chat with you.
But,
he's like Batman. He shows up just when you need him most.
Right. Yes. But it is kind of cool to be able to see that, and then obviously have access to you, Edwin, as well, and all of that, which has been really fun.
I think one of the things that's been so valuable is that it's really easy to get siloed in the information that you get, right? Because people that you're working with, people you're around all the time, all have similar opinions. Maybe not all, but you're going to keep getting that same information.
That's right.
And I think what I've seen from partnering with you guys is that we can sit down and have that conversation, and while you may even be saying similar things, we're seeing it from a different perspective. We're getting it in a different packaging, in a different way to think about it, and look at it. That has been incredibly valuable for us.
Absolutely.
Well, we're really proud of you guys. Still got a lot to do together, right? But every champion I know has a coach. So you're very, very wise to be able to do that. I'm very open to it. So you've got a unique value proposition between the various entities of your company.
Yeah, we have lots of stuff going on.
Let's talk about that. What are some of the things that you feel like you provide as the totality of what you provide? Because they seem to complement each other.
Yeah. So not to sound repetitive, but truly comfort and confidence in the real estate experience. Because whether you're looking to lease out your property, you're looking to purchase another one, lease one, whatever the case is, we are able to sit down and really figure out what those needs are and then package it accordingly. Right? We're not having to farm out to somebody that you don't know and trust. We can sit down and figure out and put a plan together, help you be successful in it.
Absolutely.
So a real consultative approach, or sort of a trust-based process approach.
Yeah, and like you said earlier about relationships, that's how property management has been growing, is based on our relationships. We've been in real estate for a minute now, and that's been really growing. And Colton's doing all the property management, and I do more of the brokerage stuff. But we're a team still. So you're getting both of us when you list your house, you're getting both of us whenever you're purchasing. He's showing, I'm showing, we're all doing that. And then being able to help our past clients who maybe during the COVID era bought a house that they didn't absolutely love, but it was what was available. Now they're coming to Colton for him to lease them out and to go into that property management. So we've been able to really kind of build off of that, not just from okay, you bought a house, all right, thank you, bye. No, we're relationships. You're going to keep hearing from us. You're all invited to Union 28 on May 11th for a really fun free concert that we're putting on. So, but we like to do things like that, and you're going to keep seeing us. And then now that they've been able to layer up with Colton helping their investment grow, and then go from there, it's been kind of cool.
And we'll kind of wrap it down with this: is your ability to build wealth is in the industry we're providing real, true, sustainable wealth. So it sounds like to me, you guys aren't quite really in the real estate or property management business, but you have the ability of providing solutions and helping people path their way towards building real sustainable wealth.
Yes, absolutely. Whether it's through real estate or a real estate agent is looking for that home that provides that culture, that training. I mean, we have so much training throughout the week. They get one-on-one time with us as needed, any of that kind of stuff. So it's not just if you're looking to buy, sell, rent, lease, do whatever, but if you're looking for a new home, we can be your next home. We are here to help you hit all those things that you just talked about, hold you accountable, have a coach, do all of that stuff.
Boy, sign me up. I like it.
All right.
Very good. Now, congratulations, guys. Lots of success ahead. Going to help a lot of people along the way.
Oh,
Very proud of you.
Thank you for being with us today. We really appreciate it.